simple, that's right. So nu mdini neri, nu mdini Uimhreacha Uimhreacha Coimpleaisc Carnation, so quadratic equations. Can we go to be minus b squared minus 4ac going to if I have the real root or non-real roots. Now, there's a non-real root, and that means you have to square root the negative number. So the b squared minus 4ac going to be ni slew na 0. And you follow, yeah? So there's the b squared minus 4ac ni slew na 0. It's a negative number. When you finish down the calculator, square root of cosla minus 1 minus da minus keher chucky math there in each of the calculator. So Rachel yen 5 in interest rate they're non-real numbers. We can say they're rather harmage imaginary numbers because they don't really exist, but the reach to majority usage for loads of mathematics is short of them off. Okay, so what we call non-real numbers. Now there's me kind of so how should introduce us to rather harmage a complex. Okay, this is the sample C and us kind of got the N going, we said going, we are going, 3Q going, and that's the C going. So you need C more for your complex numbers. Okay. Now, erased is kind for complex numbers. Our Venn diagram. So just touch me off here, we'll have Venn diagram. In Venn diagram, Carmen's going complex numbers more a universal set. So being going complex numbers more universal set. To stay down shin to yes set everything. So rod the Carmen in the real. Agus and shin to imaginary. So to yes set to going real agus imaginary. Okay. So erased is the in real. J higlav is the in real and shin. So your natural numbers n is said agus q. Agus q less r. So can you come is the in Sean shin to n mer subset to q. Mer subset agus erased to q and shaw less q less r or q less r and Sean shin when you the rational agus our rational numbers. We'll soon take again. So ratio you have all real, and then you have your q less r for your irrational numbers to station and so on. Okay, so ratio in the Venn diagram. Now ocean, now to make kind for complex numbers to yeah partial. Okay, so rather hermit real agus imaginary. Okay, so ratio now to make screen complex numbers, screen is going real, ever plus, and then imaginary. Okay. So ratio in a husband with a scarce scream is going into form a plus bi. So usage I for an imaginary number. So I am to describe she's imaginary number. Come is going eyeless. Okay, he gets with p plus qi and so on, so on. Okay. Now ratio going head part going real, a down the part going imaginary. Okay. So the head part going real, and down the part going imaginary. Now, there's me kind for imaginary numbers here, okay? More screams the she's cost the square root, test going square root the luge here, okay? So the square root the luge here going to be cosm I. So touch me going to minus 1, alright? So the square root the luge here cosm I. Jirut square root the luge, jirmit luge keher. Shin doi. Okay, because square root the keher shin da, square root the nui, luge nui, shin 3i, square root the luge she jig, shin keher I, and so on. Agus so reached ahan negative square root, even suskuji jeremit 225, it is to shin cosma quijig minus 225 to shin cosma quijig I, and so on. We'll take it ahan. Okay, so ocean. The rod to really get a chest pan. Ma lockum say square root the luge heen cosma I and square both sides of all rates in the square root, then test come go I squared cosma luge heen. Because these usually when it's a shintage and ahan kist. I squared goni cosma luge heen. Okay, so when we square the imaginary number, you must rate it than I agus in luge heen horista. Okay. So we then get a sampling in the obruma. So raised sampling. Okay. Now, Mohammed aber right. So test going equal I cosma square root the luge heen. Test going equal I squared cosma luge heen. Dirad I cubed. So reach from your I cubed, shouldn't write kernel la I squared midi for I, which the cosmla luja I. Because the I squared cosmla luja heen, or homes the luja heen is shahan shun, to my for minus 1 for I, you ma luja I go to keher, reach and write kernel la I squared squared. So dirad I squared squared, so minus 1 squared, which the cosmla heen. Okay, I go to quick. Reach I squared squared midi for I, which the cosmla I. Okay, now negation. Ahanan to me then you made it for I. To me actually do anti-clockwise rotation by 90 degrees. But me and I later on is my Argan diagram. But reach mo hoim sa galnash I go to she. Jit mo galel. So reach to the back of G Luigi Hina reach. And the Conyan shall repeat a hinchan. I go to shart, I go to art, I go to knees, I reach, and so on, so on. So I'm a bit to the may do I for power of B to the goal of Conna went and carry regression. And you can only get one of those answers. What to do I to the power. Okay, so make this I to the power section I squared cubed. Maybe for 3, because da for 3 is she. I guess the reach to shin cosmla luja heen. I go to shart, reach shin I squared cubed, maybe for I, which is called my luja heen for I is luja I. So chain 2 to the luja heen, luja I to the goal free to process kernel reach. So cheftin pattern. Here canella, you to I, or heen, here canella, you to I, and then you keep repeating the process. Now, ma honim segal, I to the power of 8, reach I squared, maybe for keher. So anything to the power of 4, you to heen, I guess to reach I to the power of 9, so it's try my siska GJ, you to I squared to the power of 4 maybe for I, so it's shin I. So reach chain to just repeat all the pattern, to the go heart to repeat all the pattern. Jane Hekinale Evan. Hekinale is back to Luigi Hina reach. So I to the power of 10, reach to shin cosmla I squared, maybe for quick to the power of 5. Because da for quick J. I guess to reach even odd number for minus heen, you to luja heen. And so on. Now, Jim Harm to Kishar she upper ma I to the power of 40. Can the upper ma shinema? Miha. The Jamadan tablet, just over maha. So we break it down. So reach to the goni getty I squared. So reach conny kamye. Shin I squared made the fag J. J vedem se for I squared la I to the power of 40. To the power of? No. To the medu. 2 by 20. So to go to the power of 20. Okay? Because conny kamye da for fish and karaha. So it's I to the power of 40. Zero the I squared. Minus 1 to the power of 20. Because it's even, I'm going to go positive. So reached to shin golove kojma heen. Now, Jimmy to kesh I to the power of 41. Can they upright to shinuma? So reached goni scream I squared to the power of 20, and then made it for I yellow. We multiply by one more I. So reached test could go shin kojma heen, I guess made it for I, dregere you to I, and so on. So can when you let Evan to get a show, you need to do I to the power of 78. I squared made the fa troha nui, right, which is equal to, because the show odd, so it's minus 1 by minus 1 by minus 1. It's always 1, but because the show odd, it's going to be negative. So it's going to be negative. So fregre luigi heen. We shouldn't take again in. Well, I squared to minus 1 good, so the i's are gone. Chinam to I go to good much to fuckle I to meet and bracket. Because the short 78, you lie beat to meet and bracket. The machine 79, we will get all I squared made it for 39, made it for I. So therefore we I am a part of the figure. We'll have a new okay lesson in us. Okay, so these sin just gobber le powers. Right, the sin is sin kaimit fógam cin la sumu, jalu, medu, agus wrench in complex numbers. Okay, so tash me job agus sin which sumu hedwi in ever complex. Okay, so nerta mit sumu in ever complex. Okay, so these nerta me scream complex numbers usually is middle letter a Z, W, P equals Q. So for example, Hucklam's the red goal is Z, Codumla, Jeremy 3 plus 4i. Okay, and there's a Z is a complex number in the form 3 plus 4i. Then you be add then distinction change in real part. 3. Gin imaginary part. Kehe, just kehe. 4 is your imaginary part. 3 is your real part. 4 is your imaginary part. Okay? Now, shin is said and shin. More screams and more complex ever W, Cosma, Jeremy, Luigi, Heen, Luigi, Do, I. Okay? Aaron, gin real part in W and shin. Luigi, Heen, and the imaginary part. Luigi, Do. So they're going to complex numbers that go real against imaginary part. Okay? Now, Abernesca homoshare complex number that say if we really that was say P equals 2i. That's it. P equals 2i, right? What's the real part? P equals 2i. What's the real part? Meet here. Just scream a season short, right? P equals 2i. What's the real part? Well, the real part on 0. Your real part is 0 because he's going to see 0 plus 2i. Do you get it? It's just because the 2i is in, your real part is 0, your imaginary part is 2. We shouldn't take again in. Okay? Well, on you okay, Lashan. Now, James screams to she's Q, Cosmna 3, and that's a complex number. What's the real part? 3. What's the imaginary part? 0i. So 0. Your imaginary part is 0. So just can you count your shin fast the one will get the one that legs get you on real like is imaginary you can get 0 faster. Which is okay again then. Okay? Right, so the music la sum we can do. So to mogul homu is said plus W. Okay? So sum complex numbers. Now there's some complex numbers you add the reals and you add the imaginaries like hell. So costa sum x equals y. Add your reals, add your imaginary. So these you to 3 plus keherai plus Luigi Heen, Luigi Do I. So rest of shin cosma 3 Luigi Heen shin do, agus keher Luigi Do I you to plus Do I. So shin is said plus W. Okay, so it's very straightforward. So there's some complex numbers, some in the reals, agus some in the imaginaries like hell. Okay, and then you okay, Lasha. Okay, Kate Canal shin Jalu. Okay, now there's the Jalu, for example, is said minus W. Okay, so the Jalu said the Ruddy Kern and Shaw, I guess the Jalu. So the Jalu is said minus W, the Shin Cosma 3 plus Keherai minus Exodus Koni Kursahan brackets, Luigi Heen, Luigi Do I. So the Shin Cosma 3 plus Keherai minus for minus and plus Heen plus Do I. Exodus the Shin Cosma 3 plus Heen Shin Keher plus Do I you to She I. So said minus W you to Keher plus She I. Now, mi emsin bala la harta, W minus a said, when ma gala la frigra kernel. So reis bikurima. So you to Luigi Heen, Luigi Do I, Luigi bracket 3 plus Keher I. The reis goni kursiana lupini. So you to W minus a said, you to Luigi Heen, Luigi Do I, minus 3 minus Keher I. So frigre, you to minus Keher minus She I. Okay, differ. Just in signs differ. Okay? I guess me and Shindiv later on in an argon diagram which school the anu show. Okay? So Shin Samu I guess Jolly. Okay, Lashan. So just remember Bombsy Dave Shin Skis and then remember Rima Kuji Medu. Yin with your Medu and then tomorrow in an argon diagram. Fireman wrench, so wrench rubber smoke complicated. Okay? Right. So just instant as the Shinaguf just Sin gan aine? Ní go fá. Snatching jammer screw to the loin. Okay. Neil doesn't show already. That's fine. You got the end of the mark. So the loin to the shot the mark. Oh, to get me out just could eat the mark. So right, and we screw to the mark. So yeah, so me doesn't shot the mark. Right, that's okay. Right, and we just screw to the mark. So was okay, Gana? Yeah. Right, so reached the St. John to go. I'm a train as could ye made do, right? Now, Animal Smith for you made do not already. So, can you come in mathematics is made already not made do. It's in the meditation for Shen, but it is already done. It's in the faculty can already. Okay? Now, mathematics already. Now, can you come in? We said quadrant 3 plus keher I, agus we w quadrant luge hin luge do I. Okay, now there's the made is said made for w. So these just come to dot. Okay, when you made he seashell, dot he seashell means made. So this the shen quadrant 3 plus keher I made for luge hin luge do I. Agus just made this in the more cost of basic algebra. So that's the 3 plus 4x minus hin minus do x. So 3 for luge hin, you to luge 3. 3 for do I, you to luge she I. Keher I for luge hin, you to luge keher I. Agus keher I for luge do I, you to luge art I herni. Now just be clear about the I squared. J tasking for I squared? Luge hin. So can you luge hin. So rate the shen quadrant. You to luge 3, luge j I, luge art for luge hin. So swapping and going in I squared when you luge hin. Ahanam. Make it as I cubed, I to the power of 4, swapala, nyata he get a clean la power of the I. Go in I lish hin, or else a power of I. Or else ever to go. So rate fregre you to luge 3 plus art so shin quick luge j I. Okay? And if you can fregre kernel of it in bala la heart, you can exactly in what kernel. Okay, so shin already. Well, you okay? I squared goni minus hin, yeah. I squared goni minus hin. Okay? Right. Ni shen kaite follow machen for the done argan diagram. Okay? So in leerhedge argand. So short time at cost the XY plane. Now the east ma harnim to star XY plane is star macopio. Okay. Shouldn't barla. Eh? Yes. Cream well, test going we into back really Shane. Akmum then you back with G. Test going go like cut my square root minus 1. Yes? So can you write the square root? Square both sides. So we're squaring with then you square root the minus 1 to factor minus 1 to factor I squared. And there's your proof. I squared is always minus 1. Yeah. No, it's just give it. Right. Now, tarnish that. Right, tarnish that diagram at the hall. Now, the chain differ at the argan diagram against Cartesian plane. Usually go okay in the mission kind for Cartesian plane, Jet Mahancher. Miha. XY plane, good lad. Okay, right, so these are an argan diagram, and net x are the x plane, constant Cartesian plane, that's what we call the real plane. So shin the real. I guess the y is your imaginary plane. So karmisha or against I. So your real numbers, I guess your x, your y line, y axis, shin the imaginary. Okay? Now, just go start at Evra, just cost that heen dot see Keher quick she a shart, Luja heen, Luja da, Luja tree, Luja care, Luja quick, Luja she, heen da tree Keher quick a she a shin eyes. 3 eye Keher eye quick eye a she eye, Luja eye, Luja da eye, Luja 3 eye, Luja Keher eye, Luja quick, Luja she eye, agus Luja shart eye. Okay, right. So raised Thomas Gary W said agus W hash punch are an argan diagram. So raised market as a said 3 plus Keherai. So go non 3 agus go suas Keherai agus shinna said and shot. Signan shinna warkle shot. Shinna said. And then you okay la shot. 3 plus Keherai. Okay. Kenale Luja heen Luja doi. So raised Luja heen Luja doi Tesquin Gwal W Sean. Okay? Now, a couple of the Chaim Jolam Sean, near to meet some Jalu agus Medu fa Jeta Tarlu Lisha Argan diagram. Right? That's my hardy grind Kirsten or Dave Shadui, not Shadui, who go large and thank you, man. Yeah, now chapter 33. Right. Yeah, Cabajal in complex numbers. Right. Markachev Right, Mercatessa Lehena Yeki Chaskan, so just try for each an addition of complex numbers, right? Negative of a complex number, subtraction of a complex number, and so on. Right, so Mahashmajafla addition of complex numbers, right? So Mercatessa Rodaramashin said plus W, right? Now, Jeta Tarlun Shan. Maholmes said plus W, Jane Frigga image got back to Jane Parterna. So said plus W for me 2 plus 2i. So Mercatessa the Argan diagram. Okay? Said plus W to me for 2 plus 2i. Shina. Like Shina said plus W. So G actually Harlan Shan. So Mercatessa shot J to actually Tarlu. Right, well, so Malakan Tesse. Now going in there's me kind for complex numbers to me kind for fad o Shanguji Shan. So Alcasar Shan Shan, right? Fad Kujin origin, Shin wrote the hermage the modulus of the complex numbers. So Majadla Shan Womacha. The reached Malakam se if Fad Ushin and Ushkuji Shan. So it's like slope book different. So Mercatessa Shan, because the Michigal said plus W, the W gal on 0 0 she's the balance. So the Michigal said Ike slope kernel Shan. Extra cheese Kujin Ponche it said plus W. So reached it's what the Hermage translation. Astruton. Okay? So there's some complex numbers. So go rash Kujin Yahana Viogun Ravashin. And this is rash Kujishin, Kurishta Astru or an Argan diagram. Astruton. It's a transformation. Okay?
Transformation or translation?
Translation. Okay, now, these we met a Frigga Kerne was screams to start W plus a Z. Jane Deffer. Then we just call O from 0 to G Z, we are called W Suez to G Z. You're just going in the opposite direction. Okay, well, I'm okay, okay, now, these Ulan and okay, do brother Harlan and Shen. So Mercatessa or the text or Shin and Shen. Jeffrey Tessa that your transformation is going from the origin could you punch it. So Malakam se Kosla sample Ella. Right? Moham se sta Jeremy P Kodmna Keher la Luja 3i. Right? So Kermista punch ur, just la Shavini di. So Kermista P Jeremy Gold P Kodmna Keher Luja 3i. Okay, now, could you Rod just to go through Argan diagram? Gajirut P plus Z. J Yenima. So the must coordinate P plus Z. Okay? So these muichi to set goal from center points to squishin. So what the musculianu right to a slope kerne, I guess a punchy kerne. I guess right to stress a slope kerne. Sus machine. I guess reach right in fad kerne. So reached you to punch your ear. What's the giant cart, fad kerne, I guess the data. Now, money what the kenchi, just summing, yeah, complex number like hella. So make it as a legitimate quarter P plus a Z. So reach the Z, so shin keher minus 3I plus 3 plus keher I. I guess reach the shin cosmic keher plus 3 shin shart, luigi 3I plus keher I to plus I. I guess chin to shin to make it shart plus I. So reach to that day checker. Well, shin okay, gana. So shin transformation, astru. Astru, okay? P plus a Z. So higlum na skriv goshen P plus a Z. Okay, wala na nyo okay la siya. Chirat, tayo biya tayo to figure W plus P. Chirat W plus P. Huh? 3 la luja quick. So reached, okay, say, the has a quarter W plus P, reached to the Golakin fod on origin, could you punch a P, agus image a fod kernel reached. Agus reached, a slope kernel lashan, right to mar fod kernel, lash a fod kernel, agus you to 3, I, Bahogaraisha she's could you 3 la lucha quick and show. Okay, agus reached, shin, so we just call it shin W, so we just go to that W and shin. W plus the Z. Okay? Or plus P, go with this scale. W plus P. W plus P. Okay? So shin astru. Okay? We will go okay la shin. Right? Now, so raise block a couple of argon diagrams here. We can learn us. So we just call a harness argon diagram here. Harness here. So then scale into tower. It's the right kernel t-shirt. Okay, I guess ratio to I, doi, 3I, keher I guess quick I guess ratio in the imaginary, I guess ratio the real. Heen, da, 3, keher, quick, she, shart, I guess art. Luigi heen, luigi da, luigi 3. Luigi keher, luigi quick, luigi she. Right, with mass arm. But the image is funny upper ball, funny the loon. Chocolate Kisney da keher she agus arty in do exercise 33.1. Da keher she agus art. Chain rod is ni run machine modulus lev. But outcome a sample chain or bonliana yagi quick artists to figure it out. Because you get W plus P. You do 3 minus quick I. W plus P. So the W cosmic J Luigi Heen Luigi Do I plus 3 Luigi or plus Keher Gumleska Luigi 3I. So figure Keher Luigi 3 you to 3 minus Do minus 3I you to minus quick I. No, mate, just so much jolly, short so much jolly. Yeah, me to made the head them all. Huh? No, it's just some. Yeah, so go need king country kid. Aye, because they get it full of more came balla with the go. It's still in that road Karen, it's just gone the opposite direction. Me and Yamash and Diva hit Lala, right? So I'm a chill, you sample that's in the. Alright?